Now, of course, with this particular match, there was speculation that you pulled out of the Denmark Open, which is what the tournament was, over illness, to protect your record or something like that. Could you just set the record straight on why you pulled out of that?
Yes, the famous Mr. Phil Bars reported that on Twitter, as you just said, that I've pulled out because of ill health. No, I didn't pull out because of ill health. After I finished my game and I waited for my notification, and when it came and I was playing Noah Lynn, because as I said, the last few years, I've struggled with this situation of playing a transgender. And in more than one occasion, I've been wanting to pull out. And people have spoken to me not to do it. But in the end, it got to me, and it was beginning to affect me physically and mentally.
So ladies and gentlemen, in this video today, I'm going to be talking about a story that I have just come across and I haven't really seen anybody else talk about it, and it involves a female darts player that goes by the name of JDhillon. Now, as you all saw at the beginning of this video, she gave an emotional interview on GB News after she forfeited a match in May because she refused to compete against a male identifying as a woman. A very, very brave thing to do, right? We all know the consequences that just come with speaking out against this issue, so to forfeit a match, that takes some guts, and it's something, let's be real, we don't see enough of when it comes to the issue of men identifying as women, going into women's sports, etc, etc. But once again, she has decided to forfeit a match, a tournament, because she refuses to compete against another player that is a male identifying as a woman. Now, like last time when I covered this situation in May, you'll get some people in the comment section who go, well, it's just darts, you know, who cares? It doesn't matter what competition it is. It doesn't matter what sport it is. Men do not belong in female competitions. It goes against truth, reality, common sense. Now, before I get into it and discuss this story any further, if you could, as always, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description, and ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. So this article from the Daily Mail goes on to report British female dart star JDhillon forfeits another tournament as she refuses to face a transgender player 1 week after she called for a fair and level playing field in the sport. Imagine that. We're in a time now where women in sports have to call for a fair and level playing field because of the woke agendas going on. Left is right, up is down. Common sense gets even harder to find. British female dart star JDhillon has refused to face another transgender opponent after she withdrew from a tournament. Hedman, 64, a three-time world championship finalist, hit the headlines in May when she forfeited a match at the Denmark Open after refusing to take to the Oki to face trans player Noah Lynn van Leuven. She defended her controversial decision by telling German outlet Bild, "I'm not playing against a man in a women's event." Well done to her. This is what we need to see more of. Women standing up and saying, hey look, I'm not competing against men in our sports. Hedman is evidently not budging from her stance. Well, she shouldn't, but she's not budging from her stance on the matter after pulling out of yet another tournament after being drawn against a transgender opponent. On Saturday, so that was last weekend I believe, the Heart of Darts decided to withdraw from a women's singles tournament run by the United Kingdom Darts Association. Hedman had won her opening 2 matches of the tournament against Patricia Roberts and Barbara Legge before being matched up to face Sam Lewis and then withdrawing. So she wins her first 2 matches and then refuses to compete because she'll be playing against a man. So it doesn't even matter if she's won the previous 2 matches, which are a big thing. She will not compete against men. You've got to applaud her. Explaining the decision in a post on social media, she said on Facebook, "Ari, my forfeiting my match on Saturday, not much was discussed about me being right or wrong in my decision not to play against a trans person, but more of an attack on my literacy skills and choice of words." What? Similar to Noah Lynn van Leuven, who Hedman refused to play last month, Lewis is also a transgender athlete. Lewis recently made headlines after he spoke out after being blocked from competing at the English Darts Open in Devon. Wow, they're actually stopping men competing against women there. Samantha told Devon Live, "That was very disheartening getting that message because I've always wanted to go down there and play in that competition. I finally get the chance to, and then I'm told I'm not allowed just because of my gender identity. It's broken to me." I mean, facts don't care about feelings. I'm sorry. I don't feel like I have an advantage over natural birth women. It's all to do with the practice you put in. Again, simply, men should not be competing against women. It doesn't matter what the competition is, it shouldn't be happening. The 28-year-old had intended to play in the female category but was allegedly told by organisers that he couldn't feature. Hedman has been a vocal critic of rules allowing transgender women to compete in women's tournaments after pulling out of her match against Van Leuven. Just last week, in a lengthy statement on Facebook, Hedman explained that she attended a presentation night in Rochester over the weekend and was asked about her stance on trans players, to which she responded, "I have no issues with trans, but they should play in an open section in my opinion." Yeah, and this is the thing, right? When people speak out against this, the leftists, the liberals, they go, "Oh, you just hate everybody, you're mean, you're hateful, you're this, you're that." No, it's just people want fairness in sports. That's not hateful. They're not hating anyone. And you try and label people that so they don't speak up against this. You label anyone who goes against the narrative as mean, hateful, whatever. How is it controversial to ask for fairness in sports? Yeah, that's the point we're at. All I want is to compete in darts on a fair and level playing field. As being stated by many studies around the world, you can have inclusivity in women's sports, or you can have fairness in women's sports. You cannot have both. She's completely correct. This word inclusivity is damaging women's sports, not just in darts, but in many other sports. Everybody wants to be inclusive and accepting of everything. Well, you go down that road and you end up with men competing in women's sports. So both can't be together. She goes on to talk about a compromise on the testosterone limit. Once it's set as 3 nanomoles, they would still have the skeletal advantages of going through puberty as a male, but at least their levels would be at a similar level to some of the women. March saw Dutch competitors Anke I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name because I'm going to absolutely butcher it, and Eileen de Graaf quit their national team in protest after Van Leuven claimed his first PDC Tour win in Wigan. But Hedman was keen to underscore that she has believed in this issue for some time, adding that claims her campaign was tied to Van Leuven's success were BS. Yeah, when it comes to this issue and people speaking out against it, the people involved don't want to take accountability. You know, the leftists, the liberals, don't want to take accountability for the agendas they have pushed. So it's just easier to make up a fake scenario and just say, oh, she's complaining because Van Leuven is apparently successful. I mean, she even goes on to say, Hedman has frequently underlined that she does not support personal attacks against Van Leuven or any trans athletes. I mean, even if you say that, the woke activists do not care. They'll label you all the buzzwords. You know, you don't support the personal attacks, but then they'll still come and personally attack you. Make it make sense. But there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Dita Hedman not budging. Dita Hedman taking a stand once again, and you have to applaud her. She sees men should not be competing against women. And it's clear the people in charge of the sporting organisations within darts need to make amendments. But leave your thoughts down below, ladies and gentlemen, on this story. What are your thoughts on Dita Hedman once again taking a stand? I'd like to know. If you have enjoyed, as I said at the beginning of this video, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description. And until next time, it has been your host JD. Have a great day, stay safe. The voice is on the mend, by the way. I can talk without losing. Let's go. But I hope you all have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.